Okay, so for week 4 summer anime, pretty solid week again. Really enjoying the shows, but also like really hard to keep up with a lot of them. I've also started watching Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon season 4. I kept up all this time, and yeah, I missed first episode last week, so there's 2 episodes so far. Pretty solid. I guess I'll start talking about it because yeah, there's 4 seasons. Each season had something juicy, some new waifu group, some new god like family to kind of introduce to the plot, and all revolves around Belle, him just increasing his harem. So yeah, we kind of start off here with our white-haired dude Belle. Everyone's kind of established now because it's season 4. I think, if I remember, so season 1's like, okay, he started with the dungeon, he fell in love with ice and all the other stuff. In season 2, we visit the pleasure district. It was kind of like the like Southeast Asia of the world. In season 3, we kind of like introduce Wine and more of like the like monsters with intelligence arc, which nothing really happened, not too much got resolved. And now in season 4, we're just like, we got our whole party, we made friends with like a lot of other people, and we're kind of exploring the dungeon now, so like things are being established. Belle is level 4, which I think is the second highest level. So he's like basically solo carrying a lot. He doesn't really learn any new abilities though. He's still using his dagger plus firebolt, but he's just like super powerful. We see Lily, the supporter. We see Welf, who kind of like smiths weapons. We see kind of like the female ninjas. We see Haruhime, the blonde-haired girl. We see Aisha, kind of the big, strong, hot girl with the sword. And yeah, a lot of other characters, some of the people from the other familia. I remember there's the girl who can kind of like has premonition, she can predict the future. So yeah, so many waifu characters. And now our mission is basically that we have a really strong party. So we'll just like take contracts into like the deep levels of the dungeon. I think level 24 is like the most visited level they've went to, the deepest. So yeah, after 24, I know shit gets like harder. You can't just like curb stomp your way through the dungeon. But yeah, they do pretty well. They kill a lot of monsters. There's like this like water level. They kill a bunch of crabs. And then yeah, they just like profit a lot as well, because the deeper you go, the more profit you get. So yeah, I like the environment's more of like, you know, D&D RPG themes. So yeah, it fits pretty well. And yeah, we're just like easily killing monsters, getting profit, exploring. But then after that, we meet our first villain. At the end of episode 2, a villain comes in, this big kind of like slime ogre. He looks not nice, and he kind of like is attacking a lot of people. Yeah, we see him confront the group, so they kind of like face off really well. The thing is, he's like pretty slippery, so he can just teleport. But then after that, he has like this special move that like he just shoots like spikes, like wooden spikes, like everywhere, kind of like a machine gun. So yeah, he shoots at the whole party, and then they just like hide behind rocks and shields. The thing is, it kind of penetrates rocks. So that's his ability. So I guess his gimmick is that he's really strong and he can penetrate you pretty fast. So yeah, we got to deal with him so far. And then, oh yeah, if he penetrates you with a wooden spike, some like flower grows on you, some like root, some moss. So yeah, one of the girls, she had like a bad premonition about this. So yeah, I mean, I guess this is a cool starting villain so far. We'll probably defeat him, but yeah, he seems kind of dangerous. People are getting injured so far on this new dungeon exploration, so yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Our squad is still really strong though. We got 2 level 4s, a bunch of level 3s. So yeah, pretty solid show so far. I don't really recommend this anime too much because there's just like 4 seasons, it's a lot to watch. But you know, it is like entertaining if you like kind of like the dungeon aspect and the waifus. I started watching this anime a while ago because like the title just like sucked me in. I was like, yo, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Yo, this has got to be trash. But that's like kind of like a cool fantasy theme. The characters and everything flow pretty well, and it's kind of like a harem show in the end. So yeah, pretty solid anime. A lot of like characters and world building so far, a lot of like gods and everything. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see like what the plot is so far. Is it going to tie into season 3 with the animal people? Are we going to get some more villains, more evil plotting? Well, we'll see. Okay, and now for Call of the Night, episode 4. Pretty solid, chill episode. Nothing really advanced the plot here. We didn't really meet any new characters, but more kind of development from everyone. Nazuna, like, just trolling everyone. Because, like, they had a kiss last episode, but Ko, like, kind of, like, felt lust. Like, oh shit, do I love Nazuna now? It's my first kiss. And then Nazuna sucks his blood, but he doesn't turn into a vampire. That's because it's not true love, it's lust. Which I feel like that's kind of like not a really important distinction, but yeah, basically Ko is just like really young, inexperienced, so he doesn't really know what love is. And then in the second half of the episode, we meet more of Asahi. So she's like one of Ko's childhood friends that goes to the same school. So yeah, we see that she's having trouble sleeping so far ever since she met Ko again. So yeah, she goes to sleep really early and wakes up really early. So she has literally nothing to do when she just like wakes up in the middle of the night and walks outside. Asahi realizes that she can do things to make her satisfied in life. So, you know, like having fun with friends and everything, it's good. Your life doesn't have to be miserable. So she learns this with Nazuna, and then they all kind of sleep together in the same bed on the floor. and it was pretty cute. We see Asai actually gets like a satisfying night of sleep. And then I guess this is gonna change her life a bit. Maybe she hangs out with the squad a little bit more. Maybe starts cutting school. We'll see. But yeah, we see kind of like these characters interacting with each other at nighttime, which kind of like inspires them. So yeah, I guess Ko is like the harem lord. Nasuno's like a good type of teacher. And yeah, we'll meet more characters, do more nighttime things. So I like the theme so far. I like Asai's introduction to the anime too. She doesn't seem like really significant, but she's like a really solid, just like harem character introduced here, kind of like acting as like a grounded, like human side love interest. So here, nothing significant happened in the long run, but it was still like an entertaining, chill episode. Okay, so for Made in Abyss Season 2, Episode 4, another solid kind of spooky episode. Just like we're kind of learning a bit more about this kind of world, some characters, the 6th level, but still like we didn't really make too much progress. So the most important thing that happened, we see Reg and then the white-haired kind of tan girl, who's kind of like the princess of this world. So her name is Fapita. She apparently knows Reg. So Reg has memories of her, so he thinks that she has some insight on like his past. The thing is, she's kind of like a little weird, so she keeps like harassing him, poking him in his belly button, and yeah, that really hurts. So Reg kind of like runs away. So basically he learns nothing from Fapita, but we realize that she's like kind of important. She's like pretty expressive and funny, but also like she doesn't really know too much about like humans and everything. Also some like real shit happens. So Riku gave Reg his name. She called him Reg. But Fapita also called him Reg. So that's can't be a coincidence. Why did they both name him Reg at the same time? Because we know Rico's kind of like a walking corpse anyway, apparently. So this is just like some scary shit's gonna happen, probably. We also see Rico kind of like going around town because Nanachi and Reg are doing their own thing. So she gets harassed by a lot of these monsters because they want to kind of like steal her like body parts, I guess. So they kind of like ambush her in a hallway. The thing is, the kind of spirits, like the balancers, they every time you try to steal something, steal some value, they punish you. So I think she easily gets away. The spirits kind of punish the dudes, and then Rico makes more money, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, she makes friends with like the pink monster that says Ma. So we also see as Rico goes to a restaurant, people around the 6th level, some of them actually speak English. So she sees some people from like maybe the past like squad we saw earlier. They might give us more intel on the world. So yeah, I'm kind of interested on that. We need more lore and explanation. After that, some messed up shit happens. So Nanachi, she realizes that someone like knows about Mitty, and she's like, "Oh wait, we killed her. How do you know this?" So yeah, apparently this is in this place. You'll see like what you have the greatest value, like you'll find your treasure. But yeah, we end it there. Like when you find your treasure, your journey will end. So is Nanachi gonna die or something? Like, what's happening here? Probably not, but yeah, it's like really weird. I love like the Made in Abyss like vibes though. It just feels great seeing like stuff sprinkled on, nothing really explained fully yet, and then just like kind of like the slow burn. Like, hopefully nothing bad happens to the squad, but yeah, pretty interesting episode, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the future. Seeing if Nanachi is alright, if Reg gets his memory back, and if Rico kind of learns more things with talking to the other people. And now for The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2, Episode 3. Another solid episode. I love these episodes, like, so chill, just like slice of life. We're exploring everything, hanging out with this new character, Alice Ramis. I really don't like little girl characters in anime, though. Like, they're just, like, hella annoying, made to be cute, point things out, have big eyes. But yeah, it's fine. It's like cute seeing Mao and Yusa hang out. So they go to kind of like the amusement park to do some things. They buy her a hat, and then everyone's just like following them, like inspecting. So it's a pretty cute date. We see some like weird things though. So Alice Ramis has like this rune on her forehead, and then this like kind of white-haired girl, it visits them as well, and just tells them like, "Oh, Gabriel is coming." So yeah, that's probably our new villain so far. Gabriel is like the blue-haired dude. So Alice Ramis probably has some like probably importance. There's gonna be some tragic shit. Maybe we gotta sacrifice her, so we'll see. After that, they do things, go to Ferris wheel, it's all cute. Mao kind of drops like this line on Yusa where like, oh, Yusa likes to kill demons. It's for her job. But then Mao is like, you know, not all demons are part of the army. Like, some of them are living lives like normal people. Like, Mao's parents, they also died. So then Yusa kind of like gets confused, like, oh shit, I thought all demons were evil, but they're just like us. Some of them are just like people. So and after that, after they get home from the amusement park, we see Gabriel. So he actually comes through to their house and then like kidnaps everyone. And then he wants to take Alice Ramis. Like, he seems like really funny and comedic, so it doesn't seem like super overtly evil. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see where the plot's gonna unfold. But I'm kind of interested to see where the plot is about to unfold. We see Chiho kind of saving everyone because she like starts making a scene. And then Gabriel is like, okay, I'll come back, But yeah, you have one more day left until you want to give me Alice Ramus. So yeah, they start planning a fight with him. So next episode is probably gonna be like a battle. But yeah, pretty solid episode. You know, I love the slice of life vibes. Love all the cute characters and interested to see where the plot is gonna go with this like new lolly child. Okay, so for Lycoris Recoil episode 5. Pretty wild episode, kind of like an action episode. Although nothing big resolved in the end, but yeah, I love seeing these girls hang out and do things. Just like seeing more of Chisato, her voice so bubbly, and then Takina also like kind of helping out the squad. It just feels really good. Their dynamic and everything is like really nice. So yeah, here first we see like what happened last episode. There was like this big fight in a train underground where a bunch of Lycoris died because the train collapsed. So yeah, the government's kind of covering it up. So yeah, it's kind of sad seeing all these Lycoris die. So someone's out here killing Lycoris. He seems to be like this evil green haired dude, and I guess we gotta deal with him in the future. But we'll worry about that later. Today we're gonna go on a tour guide adventure. So Chisato and Takina are licensed to help this kind of like rich 72-year-old disabled man kind of like explore the world. He's about to die soon, and then his family got killed by like this assassin. So basically they're like his bodyguards and tour guides. And yeah, Chisato's an amazing tour guide, really cool, just like knows all the sites, all the history. Takina's also helping out. The thing is, this assassin comes through. His name is Sailor-fuku, and he's like kind of like this blue-haired assassin, and he's like tasked to kill the dude in the wheelchair, the old man. So he's kind of like terrorizing our group of girls, but then Takina fights him. She kind of like spears him off a building, and then Takina lands on like these sandbags, so she's all good. But yeah, cool action scene. Thing is, like, he has a gun, he starts shooting, but then he misses, and then the old man talks to Chisato. He's like, this dude Jin, he killed my family. Can you kill him as revenge? And then Chisato's like, no, I won't do that because it's my mission. Oh, we also learned some like wild shit as well. So Chisato has an artificial heart that was like given to her by this organization, and like in return for giving her this heart, she has to fulfill her mission, but only kind of she knows what her mission is. So her mission seems to be like to save all life, not to kill people. So apparently someone wants her to kill people. So this whole mission was all for nothing. Sailor-fuku was not really a bad guy. He was just doing his job. So the job's kind of suspect because like the whole thing is to get Chisato to kill someone. So we don't know what's going to happen when she kills someone, but it's probably significant. But yeah, overall, I like these episodes to kind of subvert your expectations. So there's not really that many villains so far. It's more of like just like heroes and anti-heroes. And one of the big villains is like this dude with green hair that's like hunting down Lycoris. So we got to like fight him next. So first he was in the underground train, and now like we see him kind of like ambushing other Lycorises. So yeah, this episode had everything: action, cuteness, assassins, and like some villain setups. So pretty solid. One of my top animes this season, and I love the character dynamics. It's really cute, and hopefully more action, fun adventures we'll have next week. Okay, so for RWBY Ice Queendom episode 5 this week, another solid episode. The kind of arc here is actually longer than expected because we're still in Weiss's dream. RWBY has failed to save her this time, so we have to go back to the dream with Yang and Blake. So the whole squad's coming in, Team RWBY, to save her. So yeah, this is like a whole ass arc over here. Like Weiss, she's like really stubborn in her dream. She's really strong, so we need all these people to kind of help. So then yeah, negative Weiss out here. She's like getting more powerful because it's her dream. So the more time it takes, then like the more kind of like this dream demon's gonna keep infecting her. So yeah, the Grim, he's getting pretty powerful too because we see a lot of roots growing around Weiss. So it's only a matter of time before she gets like negatively affected by this dream demon. So yeah, since RWBY got kicked out of the dream, they try again. Blake, we see she's actually pretty skilled, causing distractions and everything, so they get to save a lot of their coins. And then yeah, they infiltrate Weiss's castle. We see that Weiss also does not acknowledge Blake at all, so Blake doesn't even exist in the stream, kind of. She's like an intruder. So it's kind of sad. It's like your fondest friend, part of your team. You don't even care about her. Break her ice cold heart. Maybe that's why it's called Ice Queendom, because it's like a whole Weiss character development. But yeah, we'll see. It looks like there's going to be a fight here again with Weiss, so RWBY, Blake, and Weiss. Maybe they're going to go 2 versus 1 her. We'll see. Anime's flowing pretty well, but yeah, it seems totally different from like the original RWBY, so yeah, I wonder where they're going to go, where things are going to happen. If there's going to be more story, more plot developments, more villains. I do like seeing the squad pop off every week, so yeah, I'm still enjoying watching RWBY. Okay, now for a new anime, brand new anime this season. Episode 1 of Fuuto Tantei, or a Fuuto PI. So yeah, it's kind of like a detective show talking about this city called Fuuto, which means the Windy City. So it's kind of like the Japanese version of Chicago out here. And our main character, his name is Shotaro Hidari, and he's just like this hard-boiled detective, quote unquote, because he's more like kind of a comedic dude. So yeah, he's his job is to keep people safe in his town, kind of investigate things, do small-time things, pick up detective jobs, kind of like work outside of the police, I guess. So yeah, he has connections, and then he's like pretty skilled, I guess, at like, you know, getting intel, fighting. So yeah, we see him in his detective office. We see there's like two other people with him, his partner, who's like this green-haired guy, Philip, and then the chief, which is like this kind of like cool girl named Akita. And then yeah, they work together. It's mostly Shotaro who's doing like the kind of outside field work. So then here they get their first case by this dude, Chuta, who gets robbed by this hot girl. And then her name is like the witch. So she keeps like kind of appearing and then robbing people, telling them, "Oh, I'm always hungry. Will you satisfy me?" And yeah, her design, she has like white hair, kind of like hot, like tight, revealing clothing, these like tight leather pants. And then yeah, our man Shotaro is tasked to find her because since Chuta got robbed, he doesn't really like have any like harsh feelings about her, but he just wants to see her again. So my man is horny on main and hires this detective to kind of catch her so he can talk to her again. Maybe to like try to convince her not to steal. So yeah, Shotaro goes on a mission try to find her. He does come across her a few times, but she's just like so elusive and goes away. So then he kind of uses his detective skills, gets intel, kind of talks around because he realizes that she doesn't have an address. But then she like smells good. She doesn't smell like a homeless girl. So then he finds her taking a bath in the like public park fountain. So yeah, he kind of tracks her down there with Chuta, and he kind of tells her, "Oh yeah, we're capturing you." And the thing is, like, she's also like kind of murdered people as well, so that's interesting. But then she also has these magic powers where if you try to chase her, she kind of teleports you into like this other world, this like kind of like ruined version of Fuuto City. So yeah, Shotaro and Chuta are kind of running around the city. They're getting like shot by laser beams, and if they get hit, they're gonna die. So they like keep trying to avoid them. But then oh, there's like this triple laser beam attack that's gonna attack Shotaro. But then his partner Philip comes in, deflects it, and saves him. And we end the episode there. So yeah, pretty wild episode. You know, great introduction, really cool. There's like action, there's like cool detective vibes. There's probably gonna be like a lot of missions throughout the season. Probably like, okay, the witch is one, but there's like gonna be like more crazy magical characters out here. Because yeah, the city is not normal. There's probably like a lot of like magical powers involved. Otaro's trying to like, you know, solve these detective cases. So yeah, pretty solid anime so far. We just gotta see where it's gonna go. There's some things where there's like kind of like a good amount of CGI everywhere. So you know, it's like kind of a chase scene where Shotaro was on his motorcycle. And then, yeah, it was okay, but then there was just like a lot of CGI. So that's one thing. But besides that, yeah, pretty solid show. And I'll give it a few episodes because I'm like pretty interested in it so far. Okay, so for Shadow's House Season 2, Episode 4, another solid episode, just more of like Emilico doing things. So yeah, a lot of stuff happened actually plot relevant. So it's kind of like the aftermath of the big kind of like shadow fight against like the big soot monster. So Emilico and Kate are kind of tasked to find the person who like perpetrated this. Because the thing is, like, Kate is kind of like one of the main suspects. Since Edward kind of like put the sus on her last season, like, oh, they said watch out for Kate. The thing is, they have no evidence, so they're kind of just like trying to blackmail them. Like, oh, they're like the fall guys. So yeah, punishment's pretty harsh. We see the shadow bells as well. So, and yeah, the problem is they got punished for breaking the shadow coffee. And their punishment, they have to go clean soot in the pipes. The thing is, these pipes are so dangerous that you go in there for 10 minutes, you're basically like suffocating. And then to get like cure the soot sickness, you have to just like chug a lot of water. It's like really painful. And you know, these are human beings, so they'll eventually probably die of cancer or something. So yeah, their punishment, they have to keep cleaning. So they have to keep cleaning every 10 minutes where they get injured. They have to go back and heal. So it's like pretty tough punishment. So it's up to Kate and Emilico to save all these people. It's crazy. But yeah, basically Kate, she's about to become a star bearer if she like solves this mission. So it's like pretty important thing to do. We see like all these people in kind of like the infirmary section of the Shadow's house, just like in pain, suffering from the shadow sickness. So then Kate and Emilico meet up with Sean and John. The thing is, as they go like exploring, they see there's like this abandoned shed in the corner of the Shadow's house. So they go kind of try to open the door, and they see it's like the science shed, like all the kind of like the science dolls. We don't know why they're living in some like kind of abandoned, rundown shed. The issue is, as they kind of like open the door, the shed kind of falls apart, and we see everyone inside. And then one of the shadows kind of attacks the group, and we kind of end the episode there. So we don't know if he's gonna attack them, probably not, but like it's kind of weird and crazy, but also interesting seeing like where things are gonna go. All right, so for Rent a Girlfriend this week, Season 2, Episode 5. What a wild episode. A lot of stuff happened. So basically the plot is moving, so exciting. Kazuya, he basically had Ruka sleep over last episode, pretty spicy episode. And then when Ruka left, she kind of announced to the world that she kind of slept with Kazuya, even though it didn't happen. But then Mizuhara overhears, so their dynamic is kind of awkward now. As they go kind of throw out the trash together, like Kazuya tries to explain everything. Oh, nothing happened. But she doesn't really like believe him because, yeah, of course she doesn't. And then now, yeah, Kazuya's kind of like stuck. Oh, there's nothing I can do. Oh, should I run to her? Kind of like explain the situation. So he's kind of thinking. Another random anime romance moment. It's Mizuhara's birthday coming up. So Kazuya got to give her a present. So he goes around trying to look for a present, but he doesn't know what to give her. So he rents out Sumi on a date. Sumi-chan, wild appearance out of nowhere, goes on a date with Kazuya. It is pretty cute seeing them together. They do things, photo booth together, kind of talk and explain things. Sumi's like really quiet still, but you know, she loves hanging out with Kazuya. And yeah, she kind of like gives him recommendations to try to pick like a thing for Mizuhara that fits her personality. So then yeah, Sumi also has an idea. So they go to the roof of the mall, and then they see just kind of like this Sentai show where like these Power Ranger heroes are fighting. And Mizuhara is one of them. She's the Pink Ranger. So it's pretty cute seeing Mizuhara in like this fighting outfit. And then yeah, she's like doing a lot of things to practice her acting skills, so this is one of them. So yeah, it's a pretty successful date with Sumi. Also, Sumi asks Kazuya when his birthday is, so that is pretty cute. More development from her, but like she's basically in the last place out of all of these girls, just because she has like not a lot of screen time. Like even Mami has more screen time than her. But yeah, she did get this whole episode to herself basically, and then it is Mizuhara's birthday. So Kazuya kind of like slips a present through the balcony and gives her like this bag. And then inside is like a bunch of plums, which are really good for like kind of like energizing yourself. So like Mizuhara works long hours. So these are here to kind of give her energy. Pretty thoughtful gift. She thinks it's like kind of cute, kind of cheesy, but she likes it. And he also slips in a letter with a present that says, oh, he didn't do anything with Ruka. So I guess she believes him, problem solved. The relationship is still going strong. They're still virgins. So yeah, we settle that. Episode ends there. So we'll probably get some new moments developing next time. We see it's kind of going to be like an alcohol episode because, oh, it's Mizuhara's birthday. Maybe she's like legal drinking age. So a pretty solid episode. You know, this anime is like keeping things fresh. Even though the plot developments are really slow and predictable, it's just like kind of addicting watching these girls just dumpster fire, just like roll on. And that seems to be it for this week. Thank you for watching. Really solid week of anime. I still got to keep up with a lot of other new shows. So please let me know if I'm missing anything and let me know what your favorite anime this season is.